Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So we just had a huge Woj bomb, or maybe we'll call it a sham wow, whatever you want to say, man, whatever your source is. The New Orleans Pelicans are finalizing a deal to acquire Portland Trail Blazers guard CJ McCollum for a package around Josh Hart and draft compensation, sources tell The Athletic and the Stadium, man. Okay. So when the Portland Trail Blazers traded away Norman Powell for Eric Bledsoe and Keon Johnson, that's a football player, man. Some dude named Keon, right, man? The initial thoughts was what's going on here? And my first mindset was all right, they're probably trying to, create some financial flexibility by trading away Norman Powell. We know for a fact now what the direction of the Portland Trail Blazers is. Because for a while there, I was are they going to rebuild? Are they going to retool? Are they going to try to contend right now? This trade right here signifies that they are going to try to retool around Damian Lillard this NBA offseason, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So, they are creating that financial flexibility. In the short term, they're going to tank this season. I don't know what their draft pick situation is. I don't know if they own their pick or whatnot, but if they do, that's going to be huge because, if they can finish, bottom 5 in the Western Conference and get that lottery pick, you have that and the value of that, or even just drafting a player. You have Anfernee Simons, who's really, been on the come up this season. You already have that for 2 assets that you can put around Damian Lillard. You have all this financial flexibility. It makes sense. It makes sense. Now, I know that you see this type of trade, and especially if you're a fan of the Portland Trail Blazers, you're all what's going on, man? Where are my players going away for no reason, right? But the grand scheme of things, I do understand the direction the Portland Trail Blazers are now going in. Now, at the same time, I do think there's a little bit of, they don't want to, the smart choice would be to go on full-on rebuild. But I understand, too, having Damian Lillard, what he means to that market and that team and that franchise and, the fan base and everything. And, Damian Lillard is the Portland Trail Blazers. So I understand not wanting to go with him, but also at the same time, too, I hope they don't put together some sloppy one-season type of retool in the sense where it's okay, this is just kind of setting things back a little bit more, right? And now we get to the other side of things. The Pelicans just got themselves CJ McCollum, guys. So CJ McCollum, a.k.a. CJ McGollum, trying to get that one ring to rule them all, the championship ring. What a great pickup. What a great pickup, and a smart move, by the way, for the New Orleans Pelicans. So we're going to talk about, the team and everything, and, just CJ in general. So, yes, he goes by his name of Christian James McCollum, but you call him CJ, of course. And looking at his stats, we all know who CJ is. This is a guy that has a huge, talented skill set. I mean, in my opinion, the issue with CJ McCollum over the years is that he's been extremely underrated, and that's because his style of play is great, but very similar to Damian Lillard, where maybe the things that CJ can do on a basketball court would get overshadowed because, anything you can do, I can do better. And I really think he is going to flourish in a type of system with the New Orleans Pelicans. So he is 30 and everything. And I mean, his contract, I think he recently signed an extension or something like that. So he's being paid up until the 2024 NBA season. So I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money, but also you got to think about what's at stake here, right? So real quick here, man, pulling up the New Orleans Pelicans. Where we at, man? Hornets? No, man, that's the CP3 days right there. But no, with New Orleans Pelicans, this is the team that is kind of in trouble, and in trouble as far as trying to stick around, right? I mean, their big get was Zion Williamson. There's rumors out there that Zion's not happy with the team. We don't know if that's true or not. At the least end of the spectrum, Zion has health issues right now. So I mean, that right there. But even by adding CJ McCollum to just Brandon Ingram, that right there is a nice little 1-2 punch. You add Zion to the mix, and you got Jonas Valanciunas, is one of the most underrated centers in the NBA. If they can pull it all together, not this season, I don't think this season anything really is going to happen, but next season, man, this is a team to watch out for. I'm just saying, this is definitely going to be a great basketball team. So their record on the season right now, they are 10th in the Western Conference at 21-32. So I mean, Zion or not, adding CJ with Brandon Ingram like this, it does set them up to be able to at least maybe make that tournament run. You know what I'm saying, man? Or the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? So I like the move. Overall, I like the move for both sides. I think it makes complete sense. Especially knowing why the Norman Powell trade went through. If this was the trade we saw the Portland Trail Blazers do first, we would probably be a little bit confused. But there was even things I was reading about people saying that CJ doesn't even have as much trade value as a Norman Powell. I don't know what the draft compensation is at this point, but Yeah, they got like Josh Hart, which Josh Hart is cool. Like, I ain't got nothing against him. I mean, he said he don't want to play for Detroit ever, but yeah, on the season, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists per game. He's definitely one of those grit and grind type of guards out there. I think in the short term, him in the backcourt with Anfernee Simons is going to be intriguing to say the least, and hopefully sticks around for a few seasons. I think he also signed a contract in the offseason, so yeah, if anything, could be a great six-man or even a small forward. You know, he's kind of the same as Norman Powell in the sense where, yeah, not the tallest dude out there, but has enough length and bulkiness to him that he can play small forward completely fine, not really take a step back defensively. So, yeah, I like him on the Portland Trailblazers too. I think overall it's a pretty good win-win situation for both sides. So, I do want to hop over here to NBA 2K22 just because I do want to put this trade into motion and just take a look at a few things here, man. So we are going to go to all the way. Also, not all the way. Also, by the way, if you have made it this far into the video, if you don't mind leaving a like, and of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel, man, would be greatly appreciated. But yes, like I said, I don't really know what the trade is overall, so I don't really want to assume it. But we know that Josh Hart's available, and we know that is going to be in exchange for CJ McCollum, man, 84 overall. So we got that, and draft compensation. I mean, we'll toss in a future first-round pick. I don't know what it's going to be exactly, but there we go. And there we have it, man. So looking at the Pelicans right now, you got, where we at? Yo, I forgot they got Alexander Walker on the team here too, man. So that's interesting. Hopefully he doesn't, like, take away from him too much, but it's a nice team here, man. It's a nice team, and once Zion's back, like I was saying, they're going to be even in a better place. And let's go ahead and check out Portland's side of things. And yeah, man, this is a team that's in a rebuild. There is no way in hell, Eric Bledsoe. Oh, that is not happening. You know what? You're going to get 11 minutes a game for that. Just saying. So we got this. Ew. You know, overall, I would say ew. But also, some decent things too, man. Definitely a tank for the rest of the season type of thing, right? So then Dame will be back, hopefully this season, maybe at some point, but I could also see him being shut down and just tanking the season, right, man? So I do want to simulate the season right here. I do want to see the, you know, draft situation of the Portland Trailblazers after this. I want to see how the Pelicans do when Zion gets back. It says he's about 2 months away in this rebuild right here. So, yeah, man, I will see you at the end of the regular season. Okay, guys, we're at the end of the regular season. The Pelicans, 11th place. So, I mean, you know, not great, which very well could be the case until Zion is back and healthy and everything. Simulate through Dave finished with an L on the season. So, we got Jokic MVP. None of this stuff really matters here, but we got All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third looking like that. So, yes, Pelicans did not make the playoffs, and Portland also did not make the playoffs, which is fine. We'll go ahead and simulate the playoffs real quick. You get to the offseason, check out a few things. But I guess also I do want to see the player stats from both sides of things. So we'll go to yeah, we'll see how Josh Hart did, and it looks like, ooh, I mean, good all-around numbers, I would say. Bitch-ass efficiency, though, man. Oh, yeah, split stats. So since the All-Star break, roughly, when he joined the team. Yeah, I mean, like, poor man Draymond Green, if Draymond Green was a shooting guard, small forward type of numbers. I think that makes sense, right? That kind of makes, oh, it's a three-point shot. 38%? Nah, maybe not Draymond Green. Yeah, Draymond Green, I'll quit that. Okay, and then for the Pelicans, looking at CJ McCollum, man, second leading scorer on the team to Brandon Ingram. Averaging his 20 points, you know, 4 rebounds, 4-5 assists per game. Love it. I will say the only thing about CJ is that it does kind of remind me of like when Drew Holiday was on the team, where it's like, okay, like this guy is a good veteran guard that doesn't really feel like the overall rebuild. But also that was a few years ago where like CJ kind of fits more with like Brandon Ingram, who is not old, but you know, 24 and stuff, man. So really probably trying to compete at this point in his NBA career and everything. So yes, simulate playoffs. It looks like Zion did not return at all, which very well could be the case too. Like, he's got a lot of things he needs to sort out. But going to the draft lottery real quick here, because I do believe the Pelicans, I'm sorry, the Trailblazers have a, yes, it's lottery protected. So if they're in the lottery, they'll get the pick. So the Bulls have the pick otherwise, which is important to note. At least that's how it should be. So, yes, the Trailblazers got the 6th pick in the draft. And Pelicans got the 8th pick there. So, I mean, even if that's also part of the trade, man, like, we don't really know what the draft compensation is at the making of this video. But no, it's a smart idea. Like, make your team bad enough where you're in the lottery, get your lottery pick, retool, you know, and go from there, man. I think it's a perfectly sound strategy. So, once the NBA trade deadline is over, I'm probably going to do, like, a 30-team rebuild series where I go through all 30 teams again and everything. So I don't really want to do too much, like, rebuild aspects of this, but yeah, getting that 6th pick in the draft, going to the to the board real quick here, man. I mean, these are all the great players that would be available to, like I said, put a good young prospect around Damian Lillard, or also at the same time, that future guy that's going to fit next to him for an assignment, or you can even trade the pick away and try to get a veteran to rebuild the team with, man. So, yeah, a lot of different ways you can look at it. But what do you guys all think? CJ McCollum on the Pelicans and, well, Josh Hart on the Trailblazers. That's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.